Hi, everyone. I'm Paul with MadCap Software, and we are on video, 10 of our series on micro content files, micro content in MadCap Flare. And up in our last episode, we got all of these pieces of micro content working in both our search results and in our topic output, but things look a little bit messy. We can make some improvements, and that's where we are now. We're going to talk about skins, the main skin, HTML5 skin that you're using for your output, as well as adding these little skin components for micro content that are going to give us some more flexibility. So let's begin by taking a look, reviewing what our output looks like, and just kind of coming up with a plan of the things that we want to fix. Here's where we left off. We did a search for dog and we saw, okay, we've got all these pieces. Our knowledge panel on the left, we got featured snippets here. We've got a randomized promotion for dog rescue, and we've got FAQs using a knowledge proxy over on the right. What are we gonna do here? What do we want to improve? So first of all, let's just start left to right. We want to widen this thing. This is too scrunched up here. We want to give the knowledge panel a little bit more width, a little bit more room. Coming over to the right, our featured snippets look okay, but we don't want 3 of them on here. We're going to limit that to just 1. So we'll make a change there. And then looking over on the right, between the featured snippets and our regular content and these things over on the right, these proxy elements, we don't have a really good space here. You can see how the text just butts up against that box shadow, and these are, crashing into one another. So we want to fix this space, and we could do it either on these things, like adding space to the right of these and adding space to the right of this, or we can add space to the left of these things, or we could do both. All right, so we'll add space to the left of the things that are of this proxy content over on the right. And what else do we want to change? Well, we want to change the view mode for our these knowledge proxies, which are serving as FAQs, because we think these would probably look nicer if they were in these drop downs like the default FAQs are. So we'll change that as well. All right, so that's what we want to change for our search results. Let's go look at our topics. So we just want to look for a couple of topics where we have all of these different kinds of elements in there, so we can make our decisions. Let's go to Boxers, and we've got this author profile that's showing in some topics. Okay. Again, we could probably deal with some more spacing on the left side of these things. We'll do that. We also probably want to change the view mode for the authors, because we don't want people to have to just click this to see that last little bit. We could turn these from truncated into plain text. And then the dog rescue, that looks okay, except we'll add some more, spacing here on the left side of it. Let's go down to pugs, because we have some more things. Yeah, we have these resource links. Okay, these look okay, but a couple of things. There is the spacing thing on the left, but the main thing is we don't want these to show up in drop downs. We want to change the view mode for that. So we are in the next couple of sections here in this video. What we'll do is we'll start with the search, one thing at a time, divide and conquer. We're gonna fix all this search stuff, and then we'll fix the topic stuff and take a look and see how it all ends up. So search results. Let's just work our way through this. The first thing that we looked at was that knowledge panel on the left that had the steps, and it was really tight. And so let's change that. And we want to do this by going to the project organizer, opening up our skins folder. And we only have 2 skin files in here. One is our main side navigation, and the other is this skin component that's showing a search bar on our homepage. We obviously want this one, the side navigation. And so we'll open this up, and it opened up this on the styles. It loaded everything on our styles tab. The other place where things are set up are set are here on the setup tab, and we're okay with our knowledge panel here. It's showing what we want. We could change the view mode if we wanted, but it's looking fine. We really want to come into styles, and we want to change the width of this thing. So you can, if you know what you're looking for, you can come down here. It's under search results, and it's knowledge panel right there. But I like to use the filter. If I just start typing, it's going to pick up these things, and I want the knowledge panel, not the knowledge proxy. So I select that, and the properties load down here, and I think I want side panel. Yeah. So I've got a width here of 26%. Let's just give it a little bit more breathing room and change it to 33%. And you'll be able to see what's happening over here on the right. This is our knowledge panel thing, and to the right is the featured snippets. So you can get an idea of how much room you're giving it and how much a gap between these things on the left and right. And right now it's set to 25 pixels. And so we can just save that. That takes care of our knowledge panel. Now, featured snippets, working our way from left to right as we remember in our output. Featured snippets was okay, except it was showing the top 3 results, and we want to limit that. So let's go to our setup tab and featured snippets. No, actually, sorry. It is in our target. Sometimes you have to remember where these settings are. Open up the target. So we're deviating a little bit here. We're getting out of the skins, but this is where we want to fix our featured snippets, and we're going to change it down to 1 and save that. So that'll take care of our featured snippets. Now, promotion proxy, that was the dog rescue stuff, and we just wanted to give it more space on the left. And so we go back to our side navigation, go into styles. So the main skin that you use, in this case, ours is called side navigation, is going to control, it can control all of these different elements, all of these different containers, your knowledge panel, your featured snippets, your knowledge proxy, your promotion proxy, your FAQ proxy. You can set it in here. You don't have to create skin components for the proxy elements unless you need to. The knowledge panel and the featured snippets, there aren't skin components for those. You just set it all in here. If you can, just set it in here. It's just easy to set it all in one file. But you're going to see as we go on, we're going to need a couple of skin components. For this one, we're okay. We're going to just set it in here. And we are looking for our promotion proxy. That's what we use. So let's type in here, promotion. There's our promotion proxy. Let's select that. There are nodes underneath it, but we're, for now, just concerned about the main thing, the main container. It gets more, as if you expand this, it's the parts within that container. But we are interested in the main container, and we want to add some more space. And so I am going to come to the margin, and I'm going to change the left. Right now it's 0 pixels, and I'm going to change it to 20. I could change it to 25, the same thing that gap was showing for the knowledge panel, but yeah, I'm just going to set it at 20 for now. Yeah, you just tweak these things however you want. You know, you'll probably change your mind and come back in and mess with it a little bit. Now, save that because I'm paranoid. And now FAQs. All right. So we had in our results that FAQs that we added, but we didn't use an FAQ proxy. We used the knowledge proxy. And the problem there was, it was the spacing on the left, but it was also the fact that it was showing in this either truncated or this plain text. And we wanted to get it into drop down. The problem is we have another knowledge proxy that we're using for our author profiles. We added that in our template page, as you recall. So open up this, our template page, and there's a knowledge proxy that's used for our author profiles. And our search results topic for our search, we've got this knowledge proxy, which is that sort of FAQ things we want. The problem is if we change both of them in this big skin, we're going to get settings that we don't necessarily want for the others. So in the case of our author profiles, we want it displaying just as it is. So we'll keep using those settings in the main skin. But in order to control the search results, this FAQ thing, we want to change it to drop downs. We're going to add a skin component. So let's go to the project organizer and let's right click and say add skin. And that's a knowledge proxy. Even though we're using it for FAQs, it's a knowledge proxy. And let's give it a name here like knowledge FAQs. So we just kind of know, oh yeah, this is a knowledge proxy, but that's its purpose is FAQs. Click add, and it adds this skin editor over here. It's just it's a lightweight version of the big skin. Okay, so what we can do is come in here to the setup tab for that, and instead of truncated, which is the default view mode for knowledge knowledge proxies, we're going to change it to drop down. And then we're going to go into styles because we still want to change that that margin on the left, give it a little bit more room. So there's only one selection in here. It's micro content panel, and it just has these couple of things, so you don't really need to use the filter. So we select that, come down to margin, and we'll do the same margin left, 20 pixels, and we'll save. And we're not quite done yet because just because we created this skin component, Flare has no way of knowing what we want, associated with this. So we need to go tell it. So that we're talking about our search results. So we go to our search results topic. Let's right click this knowledge proxy, edit knowledge proxy, and now we're going to come up here to our skin file. Default just means, hey, it's going to use what the main thing is. And we before this, we only had our main, side navigation skin, but now we've added this skin component, so we can say, hey, don't use the main skin, use this thing instead. And we click OK. And that's it. And so we save all of that. And I believe we've covered all of our bases. And we just need to build this and view it and do our search again and make sure all of the pieces are looking better. So I open this up and let's search once again for dog. Things are looking better in here, even though there's a lot going on, but that's what Flare lets you do. At least lets you add a bunch of stuff. So we've got a little bit more space here for our knowledge panel, and I'm shooting this at a low resolution, so I don't have a whole bunch of space in here, but in relation to what I've got in the middle and on the right, that's not bad. If I were showing you this at a higher resolution, you'd see this would actually, there would be more width to this. It wouldn't look quite so tight. All right, so our featured snippets now is just giving us the best match instead of the best three. We like that. We got our dog rescue up here. This is just one of the plain text ones. If I were to refresh, we'd end up eventually getting one like that. And the spacing looks good between these now. And then you come down and there's our FAQs using the knowledge proxy. We've got our heading, and now these things are in these drop downs, and that just looks better. It looks cleaner. So we're happy with that. Now we did change this knowledge proxy to drop down, but if we went back, say to our dog breeds in here, and our author is still using the truncated, right? It's also a knowledge proxy because it's getting its settings from the main skin, not that skin component. Okay, so we've taken care of our search results. Now what we want to do is go in and fix the topic output, fix the spacing and these other couple of things that we pointed out. So now that we've taken care of the search results, how things look, we want to turn our attention to the topics. And to refresh your memory, we've got a couple of things here. We've got this knowledge proxy. We want more space. We want to change this truncated thing. And then We also have these video and PDF links. We want more space. We don't want these to be drop downs anymore. So let's tackle one thing at a time. Let's go in, and the first thing is thinking about our knowledge proxy. Where is that? Okay, that is in our template page because this is topics, and there it is, that knowledge proxy right there. And we want to fix a couple of things on that, the spacing, and we change the view mode. All right, so we do have that other knowledge proxy that we were using for our FAQs in the search results, but we added this skin component. So that's using that. So that means we can continue to use our main skin for this. So let's go to knowledge in here. And we want knowledge proxy, not knowledge panel. Come down and we can fix the margin on this, 20 pixels on the left. Now, the view mode is on the setup tab, and we come down and we can see knowledge proxy view mode is truncated. Let's make it plain text so we don't even get that little arrow at the bottom. All right, that should take care of that. Now, the other topic where we saw the resources, the PDF links and the video links, and that was using an FAQ proxy. But if you remember, we have another place where we're using an FAQ proxy. We used it on our home topic for those FAQs, and we want the drop downs there, and we don't need to fix the space there. This one, the default view mode for FAQs is drop down, and so we can continue using the main skin for this thing. It's just that the other thing right here, this FAQ proxy, where we're using those video and PDF links, we want to change. So we do the same thing we did with the knowledge proxy. We're going to add a skin component. Right-click skins, select add skin, and this time we want FAQ. And so let's give this thing a good name. Let's start out with FAQ because we know it's an FAQ proxy, and then we'll add something like PDF video links so we know its purpose. And we click add, and it's going to add this little, it's going to show this little editor in here. All right, so what do we want to change? We want to change the view mode. Setup, instead of drop down, which is the default, we are going to do just plain text. And then on the styles, we are going to select this micro content panel, go to margin, and we'll change this. Now, there actually is one more thing I think we might want to change. Let's go look at the output one more time. We want to change, these have a box shadow around each one. Okay, so I'm thinking it might look better if we just had one box shadow around all of them instead of each item. So let's do that. Let's come in here, and in the styles, we want to come to box shadow. All right, so right now it doesn't have those settings because this is the entire container. If I expanded this and went to item, you're going to see the box shadow. I know it looks like a border, but it's actually a box shadow. We've got these settings in here and this color for it. So first thing, let's remove these. Just remove, set that at 0, set that at 0. And we don't need to change the color because there is no box shadow now. And then we can come up to this, the main one, and let's add 1 here, let's add 1 here, and let's add 4 here. And in here, we can choose our color. I'm just going to type the hex number, which is 6 C's in a row. Click off of it. That's what we've got. Okay, that will do it for editing this skin component. But remember, we're not done yet. We've got to connect these. We've got to connect the skin component with that proxy. Where is our proxy? It's on our template page. And this is the FAQ proxy. So I'm going to right-click this, go to Edit FAQs, and right here, skin file. So now you can see we've got 2 skin micro content skin components. Which one do we want? I want the one that for my FAQs, my video links. So I select that, click OK, save, and let's build one more time and take a look at the topic output. See if we remembered everything. Sometimes you will go through and think, I think I got everything. Well, you look over in the preview in the skin editor and you generate the output and just test it until you get just the look that you want. It's all done. Let's double click it. And now we want to go to these couple of topics, boxers. That looks better. This is aligned with this because they both have a 20 pixel left margin, and you no longer get that little arrow thing down there. So that worked out well. Come down to pugs, and we've got this stuff in here. Now, spacing is a little far apart. So what we can do is we can go back. Again, this is sometimes a trial and error, and we can remove some of the spacing above and below these items. So let's do that. Otherwise, it looks good. It's all in one container here. So what are we looking at? We're looking at our skin component for that FAQs PDF video links. And let's go see, let's close this to get a little bit more space in here. And we have this item thing in here. And we're looking at, let's go to margins. Well, we've got a bottom of 15 pixels in here. So we can change that to 0. Let's go see if we've got anything on padding. Yeah. So we've got these also 0, 0, 0, 0. We can change the padding. And this is going to push all of that stuff closer together. So let's build one last time. It's all done. Let's open it up. Go back and look at that pugs topic. There, that looks better. So we could still do some more tweaking. I changed all the padding, so it is butting up against that. I'm not going to do that in this video, but you can. I'm just showing you how you can use the skins to manipulate all of this to get just what you want and change things. So we're pretty good with all of these things. We're going to leave it that way for now. And this video and the ones before, that really takes care of what a lot of people are going to be using micro content for in Flare, this search output and the topics output. But in the next few videos to round out this series, we're going to get into some other things. We're going to talk about field level help and get into analytics. Watch the analytics one at least, because it's really important that you understand what people are looking for. And then we're also going to talk about single sourcing, because we saw that field in those proxies that had to do with the micro content styles. So that's where I'm going to explain that. We are going to also talk a little bit about some advanced uses for chatbots and things like that. And then I'll wrap up this video series by showing you, the things that I've done, the settings that I've made and what I'm trying to accomplish. And so I'll see you in the next video or the video after that, wherever you land. Thanks for watching.